Good morning, my beloved Heat Nation, folks, cats, and everything in between and beyond. My name is Roy, the host of My Happiness. I dare keep saying that I am the only host who wholly and full-heartedly admits that he has no idea what he's talking about, and he does those things with the words due to a lot of several problems, but mostly some sort of issues here. But I'm here to talk about what would be another set of 5 games in which we thus far have been 3-1. My prediction was 4-1, but I was expecting us to beat the Pistons. I wasn't expecting the Pistons to be such a resisting team to the very end, and us to depend on last minute shots that didn't go in, and last minutes play after play with the 3 consecutive 3-pointers that we suffered there in overtime against the Pistons. So, I wasn't expecting that to happen. So, yeah, I want to talk about Miami Heat against the Thunder, and I want to say a couple of things first. So, before I even talk about the injury report, I just want to say this. Last season, we were swept by them, but from the seasons of 2021, 22, 23, we swept them. So we had won 6 straight games against them, home and away, in 3 consecutive seasons, to then lose home and away last season, because the Thunder have, of course, significantly improved last season, and they are on the same path. However, as opposed to the Nuggets, which seem to be one of our main kryptonites in this league, I do not call the Thunder a scheduled loss, right? So anyway, the injury report says that they're not going to have the G Leaguers Alex Dukas, Adam Flagler, familiar name here for us Miamians. Chet Holmgren is out, as we know, hip. Jalen Williams with a hamstring is out, and Nikola Topic is out as well. I don't think it's Topic. I think it's Topic. I don't even know how to pronounce it. We know that Josh Richardson is doubtful. Josh Christopher and Keshad Johnson are in the G League. Pilla Larson and Jovic are questionable, both with ankle issues. Nikola Jovic played a great game against the Raptors, and then that's basically what happened. Now, I just want to see the stat lines in terms of Vegas, what they say, but I would still bet that the Miami Heat are normally favorites when they play at home after a loss, but I don't know about that part. I don't know if that's going to be enough for us to get this thing, because I'm going to let's see here what's happening. Let's see what's going on. We got the stats. We got everything else going here. But still, I can't see the plus and minus here of favoritism. So, yeah, I'll check it out at some point. Hopefully, I'll find something. Maybe it's too early in the morning. I doubt it. I am normally it's very easy for me to find those. But I don't know. But in any case, in the meantime, the Thunder are doing an amazing job, specifically defensively, right? Opponents' points per game, they are the first in only 103 points allowed. Even in their loss against the Bucks, they did pretty well getting it at a low scorage point. Assists per game, they're at 19th with 25.6. We are at 12th with 26.4, so a little bit better. We are 6th in opponent points allowed per game with 109.7, so it's not that huge of a difference. Rebounds per game, we are 15th with 43.9. They are 19th with 43.3, and points per game, they are 10th and we are 16th. So they have an average of 115.2 points per game, and we have an average of 112.8 points per game. But that is the basic idea, right, at the end of the day, of what I can tell you in terms of the differences between the Thunder and the Miami Heat, with the exception of the record, right? It's a complicated situation, right? It's a very complicated situation because, again, we did very well against Cavaliers. But I really think that this was one of those games that having the right tools, we kind of got the Cavaliers figured out after them being a couple of seasons a very tough matchup. The Thunder, on the other hand, we lost by 1 and 2 points the last 2 games. So it's not the Thunders are beatable. The Thunder are the favorites by 1.5 spread, over and under 216.5. So minus 120 for Oklahoma City as the favorites and plus 100 for Miami as not the favorites. Miami has won several games, not being a couple games here and there, right? Not being the favorites. And they've lost a couple games being the favorites. So, of course, all those things are going to weigh in. My hopes are, of course, now again, we have a lot of things going on right now in terms of noise. But in reality, not a lot is really happening. I am of the opinion that it's the same thing that everybody has eyes is talking about, that Drew or Coach Drew, as the Captain Bam Adebayo, according to 5 Reasons Sports Research, decided to nickname Drew Coach Drew because he's there when you need him for everything that you need him. Fouls out, but again, him fouling out, being that critical in a Pistons game, just goes to show. I voted Drew Smith for All-Star, not because I'm partial to the Heat or anything. I voted for Drew Smith, Duncan Robinson, Tyler Herro, Jimmy Butler, and Bam Adebayo. So I think that's my 5 if I haven't miscounted anything. But in any case, of course, we hope that we have a cohesive team. The most annoying part of the season has been inconsistency. So we understand that we can do certain things consistently, but at the same time, when and how we're going to do them, those are the things that are kind of getting us. Meaning we actually have a lot more figured out than we did in the beginning of the season. This starting lineup is great in many ways. Jimmy Butler had the best game in his career with the Heat in the regular season. Last game, it was the best game in his career with the Heat. And I think his second best game in his career, generally speaking. Career high, 19 rebounds. An amazing game, and we wasted it against the Pistons. We wasted it on not having the players that we need commit throughout the entire game, right? It's great that we have Tyler Herro getting those late buckets to get us to overtime, but it's not great that he missed about 3 consecutive three-point shots to put us there when we could have attempted a rim drive and got the foul. At that point, it would have been beneficial to us. But that's not the way the cookie crumbled, and that's not the way the cookie will crumble all the times, because we understand that this team, we don't know what kind of Bam is going to show up. We don't know what kind of Butler is going to show up. We don't know the extent of the lineup. There are a few people that are not, there's at least one notable player or noticeable player that I see, that is Burks not getting minutes. And as much as Drew Smith is important, Rozier minutes have been detrimental to us. Jaime Jaquez minutes have been detrimental to us overall. So we don't know who's going to be here. We don't know who's going to do what they're going to do. But we want the team to show up. I think that if we show up, if we are able to do similarly to what other teams did to us in the past couple of games, driving Tyler Herro off the perimeter and not being able to be a threat from the perimeter. If we're able to do that, if we're able to score well both in the paint and we're able to shoot decently, we do have a chance. It seems like they're favorites by a great deal, but it's not really like that, right? We should be fine. However, again, this is if we lose, it's expected for us to lose against the first seed in the West, and probably the best team playing right now in the NBA, although they lost to the Bucks. And it's interesting that the only game that we lost, even though it was against quote-unquote lowly Pistons, they're not as lowly this season as they were last couple seasons for sure, but still the lowly Pistons, is that we still got it. We're going to lose by double digits, and we got a close game, and we just weren't able to close it. That's basically what happened, which unfortunately is also part of the story of last season, meaning the season before that, again, we had close games, but we actually were able to win those, to get a win most games that were close. And then most games that were close last season, we lost. And this season is kind of going the same way. So we hope that we can get a better record than 2 above 500 tonight. That would be great. We have a milder record, I guess, coming out of this, but even that is up for grabs, right? So we don't know exactly what's going to happen. Remember, the mildest record probably last season was with the one that we started with a 7-game losing streak. A couple great teams there, but we lost to some horrible teams such as the Wizards, if I remember correctly. But in any case, I don't think that that's the case today. I think that we are going to be focused. I expect us to be focused. I worry, of course, about the usual suspects in the Thunder, but at the same time, I do think that we have the tools to get this done. Let's see what happens. I'm going to record my Worthless of a Penny after the game after Orlando because we have a back-to-back. This is the first of a back-to-back. Tomorrow we'll play Orlando in Orlando. It's our first stop on 3 away games, if I'm not mistaken. But tonight we play it on Pat Riley Court. Stay safe, stay dry, and stay as happy as possible in this very complicated world of ours. Let's go Heat.